Hello, and today we're going to learn more about InDesign, this time looking at InDesign swatches. That's right over here on the right side. We're going to be looking at how to create them, replace them, and delete them. All right, so if you're not familiar with swatches, this is just the different colors that you're going to be using in your document. So right now, with this fun little wedding invitation that I have, some of these swatches I'm using, some of them I'm not, but we're going to first want to see is how would you create a new swatch. So the easiest way to create a new swatch is to go down here with a little plus where it says a new swatch. It's going to duplicate whatever the swatch was on that you had highlighted. So that's fine. It gave me another nice little navy one. And then you just double click into here and you can move this around to whatever that new color is that you want. Okay. Another way that you can create a new swatch is going up here on the right and you'll click a create new swatch as well. Same thing. So that's with the create a new swatch. Another way that you can create a new swatch is by using the dropper tool. The reason you'd like to use the dropper tool is say you have this really beautiful color palette that you're looking at for this wedding inspiration and you want this exact shade of navy. You can go ahead and kind of eyeball it by moving around the swatches, or it's really handy, you can just do the eyedropper tool, click that. Now you can see, if you look really closely, you can see that there's like some color added into the eyedropper tool. Go over to swatches and then do add new swatch. And it automatically grabs the color there. You'll see that it's RGB because this is an image from the internet. And I'll show you at the end of this tutorial how to make sure that they're all the same color type. But that gets you that navy that you want there. So that's just perfect. If you want to grab another color, we'll just go ahead and click out, click swatches tool. I'm also going to grab, I think this sage color as well. Got that one, and let's just do one last one. Let's grab this green. All right, fantastic. So those are the two ways that you can add new color swatches. All right, so now we're going to look at how to replace color swatches. So we've got a new navy on here, and let's say we want to switch out one of our other navies for this different one. So this background is actually this extremely dark navy back here. And let's go ahead and replace that with the new one. And the way you want to do that is just grab it and drag it down to the little trash can. This is saying that you're using this swatch in your document, so what do you want it to replace it with? And we're going to go down to our new swatch that we've already loaded. There. And there you can see that anywhere that previous dark navy was used, we have the lighter color. Let's say that we didn't like that. Obviously, you can always undo, and let's decide instead we'd like that dark navy, but we're going to change out the yellow color to the sage. So we can go ahead and select that yellow that we were previously using, delete, and pick the sage. Yeah, I'm thinking that looks good, and obviously you can always see it without all of the areas on the sides, and preview. All right, that's looking better. The other way that you can just replace the swatch, or in other words, just kind of edit the swatch, is going in here and, we replace it to this sage. We kept the other navy, but maybe we don't want to go all the way to this navy. We want something in between. You can always edit your actual color swatch. So let's click that dark navy, and let's just say we want it just a little bit lighter. All right, that's probably a little bit too bright, but you get the idea there. Let's set it back a little bit. There we go. Yeah, I think that looks, okay, there we go. That looks nice. All right, so you can either pull and delete it and replace it, or you can double click into the swatch and you can edit the color that way. All right, the last thing we're going to look at is deleting. I already had a little preview of that where you're just going to pull the swatch down into the trash can. Another way to do that is control click. You can always hit delete swatch. But the really handy thing to do, and something that I always recommend to designers, is whenever you're finished with your document, you're ready to send this over to the printer, to clean up your swatches. And the way you can do that is if you hit this button here on the right corner, and then you can go down to select all unused. So it'll show you you're not using these swatches anywhere in your document. You can go ahead and grab all those, take them to the trash can, and that really cleans it up for your document. One thing I also really like about that is, say there was one of those other colors just used some other random spot on my document that I didn't know about, and this gives me the opportunity to see like, oh, okay, maybe this one line down here was using a color that I just didn't realize, or on the back maybe it was using a color. It gives me an opportunity to clean that up, and so right now we're just using swatches. We're just using these swatches, and those are the ones that you liked. And then I mentioned earlier, I'll show you that since this one's RGB and the other one was CMYK, and this is going to print, we want to change that to CMYK. That's really easy. You're just going to double click into it, and you're going to change that color mode to CMYK. The other nice thing that you can do is, say you're going to use this on a whole set of materials for this wedding. If you like, instead of having the color named with, like this is what the swatch name is right now. Here, I'll push OK. Yeah, so you can see it's named with a CMYK, that's the swatch name. But if you uncheck here, name with color swatch, you can say, you know, like wedding green. So you can name every single one of these more unique to this particular color palette that you're working on, especially if you're going to do several pieces with these colors, and you don't want to have to be worried about checking that you got the CMYK correct. You can know that you pulled wedding green or the navy or the lighter blue over onto everything. All right, so that's your basics then with color swatches in InDesign. If you have any questions, drop them below in the comments, and enjoy using color swatches.